Good afternoon, or to all of you. And if those of you, probably there's nobody still in the morning, maybe except me. I happen to be in LA today. Appreciate all of you attending today. I don't know what's going on in LA, but the traffic is especially bad. And those days, whether it's in Salt Lake or in Denver or anywhere that you might be calling in from. This is an abbreviated globinar for the Denver, Rocky Mountain, Salt Lake, Intermountain region. And I just wanted to make sure that we had one last conversation, allow all of us to say hi and understand if there's anything that you have needs for. I also want to introduce someone, Amy Legaard of BMO Bank, and talk a little bit about what she's going to be bringing to the table regionally, both in Denver and in Salt Lake. So thank you at this busy holiday season for taking 25, 30 minutes out of your time and sharing and helping others. As I mentioned, it's a particularly crazy day to have 6 events just within a few hours, and somehow I think we've been able to juggle it effectively. Going forward, Global Chamber is going to have more of these days, and so we're just gearing up to be able to do that more effectively. For both virtually, we pretty much got it figured out, but we still have a lot of work to do with chapter development around the world. And Salt Lake, which was one of our first of 10 chapters within the system, we're now up to 605 chapters. And Denver actually was, I believe, around number, certainly within the top 20 or the first 20 out of the 605. And so we have work to do in terms of getting both of the chapters to the next level, and that those are high priorities for us in 2026. So thank you for participating today, and also hearing more about what other members are thinking and going through, and also hopefully supporting us next year and continuing to grow out, not just in this region, but around the world. Amy Legaard has been with Bank of the West, and as many of you know, that's a bank that now is under BMO, and so she represents BMO. She, as with other cities, now she's coming in as a member sponsor. She's physically located in Denver, but she happens to be working in Salt Lake and covering banking operations in her area in Salt Lake City as well. So, Amy, if you don't mind, could you introduce yourself and let us know a little bit more about what BMO's
Sure.
doing? And then what we're going to do is we're going to go just around the room and hopefully get comments and thoughts from everybody.
Awesome. Thanks, Doug. Hi, everyone. I'm excited to be here and look forward to working with you. As Doug mentioned, I am former Bank of the West. I joined Bank of the West in 2007. And about 3 years ago, BMO acquired us. They were mostly in the Midwest and wanted to move west. Culturally, they're a great bank. I'm excited to be a part of BMO. BMO's over 200 years old, traditionally, initially opened in Montreal, I think before Canada was a country. Our US headquarters are in Chicago. So we're over 200-year old. We are considered a true North American bank. I think we're about fourth top US commercial bank. We have a relationship-driven approach, offering strategic guidance beyond transactional banking. Personally, I sit in what's called our EMM space, which is emerging middle markets. We support clients from our 10 million in sales revenue up to about 100 million. We work with clients that want to explore efficiency, treasury and payment workflows. We help streamline services and payment solutions. We are a cross-border bank, meaning we are the only bank in North America that can provide one platform to our clients and can seamlessly transfer and send funds back and forth between Canada and the US. We have friends in Canada that help us with this. And so we can go north or they can go south. What else, Doug? Clients that we serve we have mid-sized clients, as I mentioned, between 10 to 100 million, looking to streamline efficiencies. We provide advisory and lending support, including credit analysis, structured lending and cash management advice to help our clients in their working capital needs.
What are some of the main initiatives for the bank for 2026 that you're aware of? And could you also contrast the markets in Denver and Salt Lake in terms of how you view those and how the bank does?
Yeah, they're considered, both Denver and Salt Lake are considered our hyper growth or growth markets. Or California, they're considering a hyper growth. In Denver and in Salt Lake, our main initiative this year, since we've recently come to market, worked through all the kinks, we're ready to move forward with our banking. Probably our biggest initiative is to grow net new names. We have a one client initiative, meaning we want to be able to help our clients in all aspects. Nobody's too small. Nobody can outgrow us. With mergers and acquisitions, we have, wealth, we have our premier banking. So we have a whole host of solutions for our clients. Denver and Salt Lake are very similar. We both got acquired at the same time. We're both, being a true North American bank, we partner with the Canadian consulate, and the Canadian consulate here also supports. They support out of Colorado 5 states, Utah being one of them. Me and the regional manager in Utah were fortunate enough to go on a trade mission with Governor Spencer Cox of Utah, focusing on AI and mineral exploration and partnership between the state of Utah and Canada. It was wonderful, and looking to grow both markets. So we're excited. We are working to, let people know who we are, what we offer, how we can approach. BMO's mission, or statement is, boldly grow the good in business and in life. And being a part of it, I can truly say that I've never been a part of an organization that really walks the walk. We've been partners with United Way for about 80 years. We look to help our communities more than just the one day of giving, but I think we have 90% participation in United Way or whatever nonprofit behooves our clients. We're excited to be a part of this. I think I have met a few of you. I think the last time we had a Utah Denver meeting, I was fortunate enough to be able to speak at the World Trade Center in Utah back in March about our cross-border capabilities with the governor's office, with the World Trade Center. I think Sylvain Fabi was our Canadian consulate at the time. I think he served his 5 years. We have another gal coming in who was recently, I think, in Australia. But yeah, I know I met a few of you, and excited to continue and grow our relationships.
Any questions or thoughts? Does anybody bank at BMO? Rob, do you have one of your accounts at BMO?
I don't, but my clients do. I think I've met you before. You was at Cone Payne and Payne, and I think Bank of the West used to be one of my clients, and then they were merged with the
BMO.
Spanish,
Yep.
the Spanish bank for a while.
And what?
weren't they with the Spanish bank for a while, or am I thinking?
No, I think that's BBVA, or Compass and BBVA
Oh, yeah.
were acquired by PNC. So BBVA was the Spanish bank.
Yeah.
BNP was our parent bank at Bank of the West. And I
Yeah.
think that they're a French bank. And I think it was just, I think it's becoming too difficult and expensive for foreign-owned banks to meet compliance and regulations in the U.S. and cost prohibitive. So we had been part of BMP since the 70s. So, we went from France to Canada, similar.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we're excited. It's been a great fit.
I'd love to talk with you because I think the new consulate is going to be at the DCFR meeting, Denver Council on Foreign Relations meeting tonight. We're having a talk on tariffs, which I'm not sure if Casey forwarded that to you, Doug, but we do have a talk on tariffs tonight that the young professionals are putting on. And I know that we've got some people, got OEdit from Colorado, folks from OEdit, and we've got a couple of speakers that are experts on tariffs.
Yeah, I would love to connect. Sean's probably going from the consulate, but is her name Katie? Has she joined already? I thought I hadn't.
Real quick, just to jump in. So it'll actually be, I believe, Alex, who's the trade director for the Canadian Consul General. He's going to be there. The new Consul General, her name is Sarah. I can't remember her last name. She is coming from Sydney, Australia. She actually, her first public appearance was at a joint event with DCFR and World Denver last week, where we had Ambassador Ken Salazar speak. So she's lovely, by the way. She's very, very nice, and she's hitting the ground running here in Colorado. So,
well, I look forward to meeting you guys and her.
Yeah.
I just dropped the information for the event in the chat in case anyone wanted to take a look.
I wish I could.
Very good. Anybody else interested in going? Anybody else going tonight?
I am.
Okay.
But I'll be there anyway. So.
Anything, Rob, that you wanted to share? Casey, you as well, in terms of any needs that you have or any updates?
Well, I guess the update for me, I'll let Casey speak to it more, but the Denver Council on Foreign Relations, we're just hitting it out of the park this year, largely because of Casey and all of her efforts. But we've grown the organization beyond what it's ever been. And we are getting some of the best speakers I've seen in years on everything from Canada, tariffs. We had the equivalent of the ambassador not the equivalent, but we can't say that, but from Taiwan speak to our group. We've just had incredible meetings. I'm sorry it looks like I'm racing, by the way. I realized I had multiple commitments today, so going between meetings, but great things with the DCFR. In terms of Lance Law Group, we're busy, primarily focused on German and Austrian businesses. And oddly enough, the Montreal piece is something I'm also interested in because we do represent, of all things, one of the largest cat litter manufacturers in the world that's based out of Montreal and has offices in Greeley. So,
wow,
a lot of international connections, and always looking for help with a lot of the businesses that we work with are startups or they're companies that exist or have existed in Germany or Austria for many years, but now they're setting up in the U.S. So there's always
Robert,
for that. Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned that. We'll have to connect. I do work with a kitty litter company.
Oh, you do?
Here. So I didn't realize there was one in Montreal, but yeah, we'll have to connect and see how we can help. Yeah,
and I'm surprised at the detail you have to go into with kitty litter. It's a remarkable business. So I was thinking we should specialize in it as a firm, but I don't think we'd get very far. So
amazing. Thank Thank you very much. Could we slip over to Allison? Allison, are you available to say hi? I actually just got an email from you, or at least from Gayla. Could you give an update on Gayla and what your connection to BMO is? Probably I'm sure have one.
No, we don't actually. Sorry to say. Let's see, updates from, and sorry I was late. So I'm a little like Rob today. We're focused on two things primarily right now. One is our conference in Berlin in April. I know that sounds like a long way, but if you plan conferences, you know that's not far off. The second thing is that we are changing our membership model and we're launching a couple different member types. So for those of you that don't know, we're a membership association, have been a trade association, but we're going to go to a combo or hybrid association model where we allow individuals to buy membership. We're happy to be kind of putting 2025 behind us. It was a fine year, nothing amazing, but we're pretty excited about some of our goals for 2026, where we'll be focusing on growing the membership and really supporting our members at this really interesting and pivotal time for anybody who's working in multilingual communication, multilingual product development, anything pertaining to language in business. That's us. And we're happy to be seeing the AI hype cycle kind of come down towards the trough. That's it for me, I think.
Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you very much. Just for the purpose of time, we've got about 10 minutes left. This is a shortened version of just a kind of a roundtable. Shadman Bashir, you are not only an extraordinary human being, but you're also right in the center of international activity in the state of Utah, and through international students, you've got your hands full. So congratulations on your ability to grow the program. Congratulations on all of your hard work that pays off to help so many people, including the student that you mentioned that was hit by a car, and your ability to help out with her. How are you faring? What should we need to know about and how to help you?
Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm glad the student is doing good. It was just the call that I received was way more serious, but then thank God in hospital she got much better. So, I think all across international offices, when we're dealing with students, I think the new reality is that there is a line drawn between the developed and developing countries. For example, when we have students from developing countries applying, the chances of them getting a visa is very, very limited. So with offices such as ours are smaller, we have to work smartly. I mean, I know it hurts, but we, even before the government can put a list banning certain countries, we have no other option but in our offices to do that, because we are seeing the limited possibilities for these students. We may have students applying from developing countries, maybe 100 of them. And when we do approximate number, we don't even count. We are always hoping that we'll be wrong, and many of them will get visas, but it has become very, very tough. So that is a challenge now. And the infrastructure in place with institutions was focused on getting larger number of international students and international faculty and expanding the programs. So at least for now and for the next few years, it will be tight and we will have limited options to work with. Alternative, what we are doing now is that's one wing for incoming students and faculty. The other option is taking education to other countries, where it becomes the flexibility so that students can start completing their programs from those countries. And as soon as things become a little bit more normal, they will have the American credits at a lower cost because they're taking classes online. So it's almost 1/3, or in some cases, even 1/4 the cost of in-person education. So we are still able to help students who cannot make it over here. So they get American credits, and then whether they come to the US or go to any other country, they will have a better chance of transferring the credits, and American credits still carry quite a bit of value in other parts of the world.
Fantastic. Who would like to share? If you have questions as well, feel free to all of you put your information in the chat area and exchange directly. We've got a few minutes left. Who else has something to
I
share?
could briefly share. I've got some great stuff happening, Doug.
Hey Barry, good to see you.
Remember me? Well, I own a consulting company that does some extraordinary work taking clients that really have commitments for big outcomes and working with them and their teams, if they're committed to these, producing those results, that weren't seen possible at the outset. What's exciting is I'm meeting with two colleagues that I've started to work with on the East Coast. One of them owned and ran 165 women's apparel store. They sold that business, and the other one, a Harvard graduate and also a key business person in New York City. And we're looking at merging our companies together, which is a huge thing because it makes what we have to offer more available throughout the rest of the world. So some of the clients that we've been working with are mining companies. I've been working with an entire city in southern New Mexico. I have another city in Arkansas now that wants to create a whole vision for their future that they've never done in 30 years, uh, and coaching them in doing that. So we've done some really extraordinary work, and it's been an extraordinary year, and next year looks even more extraordinary. And I wanted Rob to know I'm driving an S right now, Rob, since my car is in the shop, wherever you are. Is he still there?
I'm still here. I'm driving it literally as we speak.
Yes, yes, I know. And this is a brand new one, and I love it. At any rate, so I'm always looking for clients that have something to produce that don't look possible to them. And
Where do you sit, Barry?
where do I sit?
Well, yeah, where are you? Well, I can
I'm
see you're
in
sitting in your
Denver,
office.
Amy. I'm in Boulder, actually, near Boulder.
Oh, okay,
So
very
we're
cool. I
neighbors.
was just trying to figure out if you were in Colorado.
I am. Love to chat with you as well. Do you have your information in the chat?
I can put it. I was going to link in with all of you. But yeah, let me.
And I just linked you.
I'm not used to. Oh, there we go. I was going to say we use Teams, so
Yeah, that's fine.
Zoom is a little bit, but I'm putting my information.
So that's it, Doug. Doug
Thanks
has
for
Doug has participated in some of our programs he can share with you as well.
amazing stuff. Thanks for sharing, Barry.
Thank you.
Vanita, anything that on the SLCC side that we should know about that's coming up?
Not a whole lot. Just as you all know, well, with international, we've lost a lot of funding for our program, so we're looking for somebody to champion our program. But we do have a collaboration coming up in February with the United States Association for Small Business and Entrepreneurship. They're having a conference here in Salt Lake in February, and we are hosting them for a day where they would meet our students, meet our different departments, and meet some of our community collaborators that would come in and talk about why they champion international business. And then the students who have gone through our program would talk about how, their growth through the education that they received through our program. So that's what's upcoming in February. And then we have the new class is scheduled to start in March. So I'm recruiting for that. It's online, it's a hybrid class. So if you guys have any of your clients that want to go through just a training for international business and business relationship, that's cool. It offers networking and clients as well for your businesses. So there's some acquisition there. So that's basically what's happening right now.
Fantastic. Thank you for the update. Does anybody else have anything that they'd like to share before we close the room? Thanks for doing this speed version of the of this particular region, and looking forward to working with you all last year or next year, and certainly this year thank you so much for your support and collaboration while we've been building our systems to be able to scale significantly in 2026. I think someone here, and then actually it's funny, even since this is, I think, our sixth Globinar today, in many of them from around the world, the theme seems to be, oh my God, it's so busy. And there are some people that are like excelling tremendously, but I think generally this was a transition year for a lot of people. CFR sounds like it's been a spectacular year. I'm not sure that that seems to be fairly limited in terms of the community. It seems like it was a good year. We're transitioning to this other state that's going to be better, and that's certainly, I think, I would describe Global Chamber. Good year, but next year, we're planning for more, and so it sounds like many of you are in the same boat. Let's continue to support DCFR and their success, and then support each other and support those folks that are involved with things that are moving things forward. Shadman mentioned about when things get better, and if we keep working at it, things will get better a little bit quicker, and then when things do get better, it'll be really great. So thank you for your time, and Happy New Year's.
Thanks, Doug.
Happy
Thanks,
holiday.
Doug.
Thank you, Amy.
Happy holidays, everyone.
Bye, everybody.